Welcome, Dragon Brawlers, to Players Guild. My name is Loki, and I'm joined by our lovely Guild Master, Scott.
Hello, very excited to get into this. We've already done Cumber, guys, so if you want to check that out, by all means, please do hit the playlist and find it. But today we are talking about Vegito. Wait, what? Vegito on the front?
And 20,000 base power?
What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Yes, so set 20 spoilers. We're in yellow, we've done black, and I think they started blue now, so...
Yeah. So we got Boo and Vegeta to look at, but we're gonna do a separate video for Boo.
So this one is for Vegeta, and then Scott's favorite is going to be Another Day.
Yes.
And so, Super Saiyan Vegito. It's Vegito, he's a Saiyan, he has 20,000 base power on the front. When he attacks, you draw one card. And auto, if you have 2 or more energy at the start of any main phase, draw 2 cards, add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 life left, and flip this card to its back. So he actually doesn't have Awaken ability.
No, he doesn't. It's a very, very intriguing play on what to expect from a leader. I'm excited. It also works with the fusion. It's the time's up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. Artwork is phenomenal. It looks like it's from Legends.
This is our first Vegito leader without additional tags, isn't it?
I think so.
Since set 2.
It could quite possibly be, yeah. It's interesting. So yeah,
we've already seen people trying to cheese this.
I mean, to be fair,
mention it.
You have one energy.
Yeah.
You've got Nimbus, you've got Power of the Super Saiyan.
Champa, and you have 20k base power, then you go into Overwhelm cards.
I kind of want to see what people can do at one energy. I think that's interesting. So then we actually awaken. Well, we don't awaken. We flip over to Sun, Goku, and Vegeta. Path to Victory. Again, it looks like the Legends artwork. I'm a big fan of this artwork. When this card attacks, draw a card. Once per turn, when a card is placed under a Spirit Bomb in your battle area, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Standard yellow affair, but Spirit Bomb, that's a bit different. Activate main, activate up to 1 Spirit Bomb from your deck, shuffle your deck, and negate this skill for the game. So?
Yeah. So one thing I do want to mention that actually caught me by surprise when I was checking the rules recently. Is, unlike we thought in the past, when you Z Awaken, it does not become a new leader.
Oh.
Which means that skills negated for the game are negated for the game. Even after the Z leader is removed.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that caught me by surprise. I was checking something or another recently. And I stumbled across that ruling. I'm not sure if that ruling has been overruled since. But I seen it and I figured out I will share. So this is the moment where Vegeta was split apart inside Boo.
Yeah.
I must say it's a very interesting concept. Because if you go first on that Vegito, you never get to attack with it.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you would have to skip your charge to.
Yeah, because there's the start of the main phase, not the start of a turn.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So then moving on to
the Spirit Bomb.
Spirit Bomb. So take it away.
Spirit Bomb is a 7-drop field card with 6 requirement for yellow. I almost said 6 reduction. Yeah, I've been doing a different game. Activate main if your leader is Son Goku or Vegeta card, both yellow. It can be. Do we have any yellow Vegeta leaders? We do, don't we?
Yeah, but I think, Oh wait, now I'm questioning it. I'm sure we do.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, do we?
Not a good one.
We must have a yellow Vegeta leader.
But
let us know in the comments below.
You switch this card to rest mode. You look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and place up to 1 yellow battle card under this card, and the rest goes to the bottom. Which is fine, doesn't cost you anything. You just rest this, check the top 3, put 1 underneath.
Yeah.
And then activate battle if it's your turn. Your Son Goku leader is in battle, and there are 7 or more cards under this card. Use all of the battle cards from under this card in a combo with the skills negated, which is sad, for the turn, and place this card in its owner's drop. So you can only do it once. It needs to be Son Goku leader. We do not have a leader with Victory Strike, so no cheesing. But yeah, building up 7 cards doesn't seem that's going to take that long. Especially turn 2, you get to play this, you get to start putting in there, so by turn 8, but I assume there are other cards that let you do that as well.
True.
Did they make Spirit Bomb good this time? Because I think this is the 4th iteration of the Spirit Bomb.
It is, I think so. I don't know. The lack of protection kind of worries me.
Yes.
And also, unlike other decks that have a revolve around a field,
you don't start with it.
You don't start with this, so then it's like, do I run more? Because if you only run 1 copy and you open it after a mulligan,
if it's in your life,
or if it's in your life, you kind of your whole strategy goes out the window. Which then means, so I'm probably gonna have to be running 4 of this, but then it's a dead card.
I appreciate what they wanted to achieve with that, but they could easily put on the front of that Vegito leader that you start with this, because as this card is written, it doesn't work with the front of your leader.
Yeah, even more so. I get why they've done it. Like, I understand from the logic side of things, but in terms of playability, it's a bit rough. It's a bit rough.
From the lore point, yeah, sure. But playability, it's like, I know it's, it's only your life, and you only get like 1 draw. Oh no, I think the Awaken, the flip also draws you 2 cards on flip. Oh.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
It's interesting. At least thematically, it's a very fun theme to be playing.
Yes, but the fact that it needs to play it specifically from the deck.
Yeah. So if you want to take the next card.
Super Saiyan Son Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta Ultimate Duo. A 4-drop, 20,000 power, 5k combo. I have a feeling you do want some of the 10k combos in this deck, because you get to combo them for free later on in the game. Double Strike. Auto when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, negate its skills for the turn, and KO it. It does not go around barrier.
It does.
You negate the skills so they don't get when removed, etc. But if it has barrier, then that's all she wrote, right?
Yeah, but I mean, there's plenty of ways of getting around that in yellow.
Activate main, limit 1, pay 1 yellow. If your leader is Goku or Vegeta, both yellow, and your opponent has 2 or more energy, play this card from your hand. That's actually quite nice.
1 double strike, 20k,
and remove something.
It's nice. I think it's a really solid card. There's not much more to say to it, then it's good.
Yeah, I think this is a solid card. It's a rare, but it's very generic, right? Because we have so many yellow Goku leaders. Although,
again, I'm literally blanking on Goku yellow leaders.
There was the Goku's lineage one. Oh no, that was Goku Junior, wasn't it? Goku was the Unison. Yeah, do we have a yellow Goku leader?
Again, let us know in the comments below if there is a yellow Goku or yellow Vegeta leader, because we're struggling right now. There isn't a flipped guy, but yeah. Yeah.
Moving on. Super Saiyan Vegeta Indomitable Spirit.
Yeah! 4 cost 2 specified yellow, 0-5 combo, 15k power. Unique blocker, auto limit 1. If your leader is a yellow Z leader, when this card is placed in your drop by an opponent's skill, play it from the drop with its non-keyword skills negated for the game. So if it dies, it comes back.
Okay.
Which is pretty fitting.
With its non-keyword skills negated for the game. Let that sink in as you read the rest of the card.
Activate main. Pay 1 yellow. If your leader is Son Goku or Vegeta, both yellow, and you have 2 or more energy, play this card from your hand.
Why does it negate this non-keyword skills?
Because
both skills weird. Play it.
Yeah. That is weird.
Right? It's not just me, right?
And unless it was meant to be like you can't activate copies of Vegeta Indomitable Spirit for the game, but then that's weird. I get it. It's when it comes back, it can't use that effect again. So if you pop this, and that card comes back, it will have this limitation on. Right?
No, because when the card changes area, it's a different card.
So unless they're going to change it or update the ruling.
So if you play this with its own skills, and then they're going to pop it again, you get to in a different turn, then you get to play it again.
But when this card is played from the drop by an opponent, so play this card from a drop with its skills negated, though, so it couldn't come back. Because it's played.
Oh no,
with
because it doesn't have the skills. Yeah. Okay, this specific one can come back. Yeah, okay. I think
so
the best one to use this is against like a hand control when you have a yellow Z leader. That's my guess.
I mean, it's just nice. I mean, also it's quite good because it's only yellow Z leader. It's like keeping fusion targets on board.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a nice card because it's a blocker, right?
It's a unique blocker, but yeah, it's very easy to get on board. And if they want to remove the blocker, it just pops back in.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's really cool. I think that is like, hey, I'm going to stop you doing what you want. If you want to deal with it, it's going to come back. So you're going to have to swing at me, and I'm just going to have to take that block. So it weighs up your opponent's choices, and it's pretty easy to get out.
Yeah.
And then we've got Vegito buying time.
Yes.
It's a unique one drop 4K. So that normally tells us it's going to do something to gain power, like the Saiyan Cabas and etc. So when this card is played, draw a card, standard cantrip. While your leader is yellow, Son Goku, and there are 6 or fewer cards under a Spirit Bomb in your battle area, this card gains 11k. I really like this. I think this is really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice cantrip. You need to be Son Goku and you need to have 6 or fewer, but when you have 7, you're ready to go off.
Yeah, like when you're at that 7, it's do or die time. Next up, we have probably one of my favorite cards revealed in a long time is Super Saiyan Vegeta Overwhelming Might.
I think this one should be called Buying Time.
I can see it. It's an 8-drop with one specified 0-5 combo, 15k base.
8-drop with 15k base. Ho, ho, ho.
Counterplay, play this card.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Doesn't do anything. Oh, wait. Let's see what it does. During your opponent's turn, while your leader is yellow and your opponent has 2 or more energy and you have 2 or more Z energy, reduce this card's cost by 7.
So it's a 1-drop.
It's a 1-drop.
It's when like Mecha Freezer.
When this card is played from your hand, your opponent can't attack with non-leaders unless they choose one of their active mode cards and switch it to rest mode each time. And at the end of the turn, send this card to its owner's warp. Additionally, if your leader is a Z leader or you have a yellow Z battle card in play, your leader gains the following skills.
For the turn.
Permanent. Negate all of your opponent's strike skills for the turn.
That's such a weird thing because it's on the permanent.
Mm-hmm.
It should just say negate all of your opponent's strike skills. Just that. But never mind. I'm just being nitpicky. It is pretty much the Mecha Freezer, right?
I mean, it is like reverse. Yes, it is.
It's rather than on counter attack, it's on counter play. It's a blocker. It only sticks around for a turn. It's ridiculously good card. It can negate one of the victory strikes. The red-blue. It can.
It can't.
Awakened can't be negated. But yeah,
I just think it's really good. I mean, we're getting into a point in the game.
Strikes, double strikes, triple strikes. Just no.
Yeah, we're getting to a point in the game now where you're not really swinging unless you are swinging with things with double or higher strikes. So this does really do a lot of impact. I mean, we're looking at that Cumber deck, and it's got triple strikes galore that it wants to put in on you to finish you. And so this just being like, yeah, I'm only taking single strikes for a turn.
It definitely makes it easier to survive because even if they want to go all in, it doesn't matter if they champa or anything like that, all the strike skills are negated because it's a permanent skill.
And he's a blocker, so you literally play him, you stop your opponent doing what you want to do, and you're also going to take an attack unless they remove it.
Yeah. So it only sticks for the turn, so you are incentivized to
block with it. Yeah. Because there's no block or combo, right? You can Z charge it as well. I guess that would be the additional use you wanted to get out of it.
That's actually a fair shout because it's a 0 cost 5k, isn't it?
Yeah. So, it's It's probably one of the best RSRs we've seen in a while. I think
definitely also generic, which is the scary bit. I think.
Yeah, Yellow didn't need more generic freaking floodgates.
Yeah, the Surge Goku is getting more toys. That's the yellow Goku leader.
Which one?
Surge Goku.
He's red yellow.
None of those say mono yellow.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to be nitpicky, he's not just
sure,
yellow.
But he's also yellow. He's your yellow. Because I knew that there was one that is worth talking about, and that's the Surge Goku.
Sure. Let's go with that. He's not yellow though. He's red yellow.
Sure, but he fulfills all the conditions we need. He's a yellow leader, and he's a yellow Son Goku.
Well, surely by that vein, Trunks Vegeta works with the Vegeta stuff.
Yes, actually, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Alright. After it awakens as a Vegeta, yeah.
There we go then, alright. We've established it.
Oh my god, so it's a support for Trunks Vegeta, because Trunks Vegeta.
Oh, because it needs more support, right?
Because it didn't get enough support in the Dash Pack.
Ah!
Oh. Why?
What's up next, Loki?
Vegito Unexpected Separation. A T-drop, 15,000 power, 0.5k. Activate main if your leader is Goku or Vegeta card, both yellow, and you send this card to its owner's warp. Play up to one Super Saiyan Son Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta Ultimate Duo from your deck with its keyword skills negated for the turn and shuffle your deck. That's the first card we've seen after the Spirit Bomb. So
yeah, it gets rid of that double strike, which I think is fair.
But it still gives you the removal and still puts a 20k body on board.
And it's a Goku and Vegeta, so fusion material, yada yada.
Potara, not fusion. Potara is on board.
It's a fusion, though.
Yeah, it's Union Potara.
Yeah, but it's a fusion.
No, Union Fusion is from hand.
Yeah, I know, but Tara is still a fusion. Vegito is a fusion character.
No, he's a Potara character.
Stop being pedantic about the keywords in this game. I'm talking about canon. So we've got Son Goku, Spirit Bomb of Hope, our first Z leader. So it Z awakens for 2 energy, pay 2 Z energy, 1 yellow energy. When your life is 4 or less on a yellow Son Goku. Z stack 1 yellow Son Goku leader with Z energy cost of 4. So this is why when we saw it in Kumba, we were like, there's probably going to be a Z leader.
Yeah. The way they phrased it, there was bound to be a Z leader, because it says when you place it in Z, if you Z awaken
or your leader. Yeah, you put it on top of your leader. So you're gonna get a cost of 4, which tells us there's another Z Goku, which is very interesting. We'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
Activate main once per turn. Place 1 card from your hand under a Spirit Bomb in your battle area to draw 2 cards. Really nice little draw there, and helps you. If you haven't already at this point got cards under there, this is going to really start helping you, because you can do the rest, and then you can also ditch a card from hand to draw 2.
Yes.
Well, not ditching, it goes under, but you know what I mean.
You get to combo with it afterwards.
True.
If it's a battle card, yeah.
Yep, and then activate main. If there are 7 or more cards under a Spirit Bomb in your battle area, remove this card from the game. Place up to 1 Son Goku Z leader from under your leader on top of your leader. And if you placed a card, you may switch to active. So you still get a swing out of this card. Yeah. Or you get a swing. Well, to be fair, you probably swing with your unawakened side. Z awaken into this. Get the draw from this. Then do your going into the next card, which is...
Yeah, because the other one still nets you a draw when attacking, right?
Exactly. So you swing, you Z awaken, you use the activate mains, and then you go into this boy, which is Super Saiyan Son Goku Imagine Showdown.
So this is a Z leader that costs 4 Z energy and 4 yellow energy.
They really don't want you playing it
on top of a yellow Son Goku Vegeta specifically card. Technically, you can do it if you want.
You can do it. You're not, but you can.
A permanent. While there are 7 or more cards in your combo area, and this card is in a battle, negate the skills of all cards in your opponent's combo area. So no super combos for them.
It's nice. It's a really nice little thing to show off that little tech, especially if you're going for game.
Yes, well, definitely you're going to be going for game in there, right?
Yeah.
When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Okay. Activate battle if there are 7 or more cards in your combo area, and this card is in battle. For the battle, this card gains double strike. At the end of the battle, remove this card from the game.
Yeah. I mean, this is designed to end the game. If you're not ending the game here, or at least putting yourself in a position to win the game, I should say, because like I can see, you know what? I can actually see a worldview where this is your setup into Mirror.
Yeah, I could see that because you put tons of cards in your drop, so you get to do that, you get to Mira. Definitely worth mentioning is that it's Activate Battle that gives that power, not Activate Main.
Which is very good.
If it's going to eat a negate, you stay with a 20k base power. So it's important as well, it's 20k base power.
Yeah.
Another thing is a huge shout out to Bandai for actually spoiling those 2 cards together.
Thank you. And yeah, it comes back to, right, like, it could have been really awkward where Spirit Bomb was activate main or this leader effect was activate main, and it telegraphs what you're going to do. This at least gives the deck that pop-off potential to, okay, you're going to either take 2 damage or you have to be constantly negating my attacks. I mean, I really like it. I think the theme outweighs the usefulness, in my opinion. But it's a deck I want to play.
It's a deck that's definitely the fact that it's in yellow, so it has access to that cooler. The counter cooler.
Yes, with cooler, yeah.
Yeah, it can be fairly offensive as well. I mean, this is going to be a very offensive deck, right? You're going to be going in. You want to reduce your opponent down to 2 as fast as possible.
Well, and say just for argument's sake, right? This is the turn. You swing in with your leader, 15k, draw a card, do whatever you want to do on that. That's fine. Then you pay 1 energy.
You Z Awaken.
To Z Awaken, you get 2 cards in hand from losing 1 underneath your card, which you would put a card that you would combo with underneath it. Or, as you said earlier on in this video, you put a 1/10 that would be energy underneath it, so then it's a 10k for free.
I think if you can find some good 1/10s. I'm just going to quickly go back to the Spirit Bomb. So it negates all the skills, but doesn't change the fact that it doesn't need to use only yellow cards for the combo.
No, you can only find a yellow battle card to put underneath from that effect. If there's other cards underneath it, you still get them. Yeah, it's...
Yeah. And one thing I just wanted to quickly check. What was it? It was Goku. The Z-Leader lets you put any card from your hand underneath it, which means you can be running tech choices like Champa, you can be running tech choices like even Gold Strike Beerus, which has play for a while.
That's actually not the worst idea in the world. I actually kind of like that. But yeah, so even then, so right, you got more cards under your Spirit Bomb, whatever, because it can go past 7.
It can go past 7, and I think it can also combo past 7, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 7 or more. And then so then you go into, again, still only using 1 energy, you go into your Super Saiyan Goku Sun Imagine Showdown.
Yeah.
And then you swing again, you get an extra card. Bear in mind, we've only used 1 energy at this point. 1 energy.
And 1 card from hand.
And 1 card from hand. That's fair.
But
we'll give them that.
At this point, we've drawn 4 cards total.
Yeah. So you're basically, and at that point, right? Assume you have the quick cooler in hand, and they're in killing range or whatever. They're forced to out you, right? Like because you've got to respect that cooler player's there. You can't. You know they've got the board to do their big explosive turn. A lot of the times, you're not going to be out comboing 7 cards. 7 times 3, I think, is what, like 35? Sorry, 7 times 5 is like
35, so that's 55. But assuming there's going to be some 10k combos in there.
Very well. And then that basically shuts off your super combos. So you have to... I think this turn is a lot scarier than it might seem, right? I genuinely think there is something here with this deck. Because you're not including all of the pressure you put on from the duos of the Goku Vegeta that can swing in for a double strike for 1 energy.
I think there's also another thing in here. that is really worth mentioning is that you might want to run a second copy of Majin Shodan in your Z deck as well. Because yellow decks, when they're playing defensive, they can accumulate a really big hand. And then you can spend that 4 energy, Z Awaken into this, and just combo from hand. Still negate their combo, the skills in their combo area. And you can still go for the game. You can create the same strike second time. Rarely it's going to happen, but if you play against a very specific deck, it might. I play slow.
I think it's really fun. I think there's a lot to be had here. Whether it produces in the meta or not, I think this is a deck that works on both a theme level and playable level as in terms of it's fun. It's not going to end up, I don't think, like some of the other decks we've seen where, yeah, the theme's there, but it doesn't come together as a deck. Like, I think this comes together as a deck, at least in that 3-card combo that we mentioned. Well, 4 cards if you count the leaders, the original leader. But yeah, I think that's nice. I think that's nice. Everything else on it is just icing on the cake. Your whole core around that building is if you wanted to just go for a big Spirit Bomb, which I think is cool. I think that's cool. I genuinely am a big fan of it.
But it's still the same problem that you only get 1 Spirit Bomb throughout the game. I think that's the problem here.
That is true. There is no good way around it. Like, if that Spirit Bomb dies, or if
you're just going to bounce
you open it, or you know,
if you're going to bounce from the wall, like you're going to put up your big attack, let's say the 90 or 100,000 even. What if they can out combo you?
Then they out combo you, to be fair, and that's GG's. But then again, like, you hold back, right? Because when you swing like that and you do the 7 combo, like, you don't need to commit extra cards from hand because all of that stuff's coming from board.
Yes, but if you're going for the game, you go with the super combos and whatever else. You just go for the game.
Yeah, you can. But what I'm saying is, you can hold back and leave in that duos Vegeta and stuff because you can drop them and just go boom.
Yeah, it is, you know. I'm worried that after this one play, they might not have much to fall back, but we have more cards to look at. There's 6 more cards.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
So, Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku Universe at stake. So, 8 drop, 5 required yellow, 0 cost 5k combo, which is interesting, 30,000 power. Deflect. When this card attacks, choose 1. You choose up to 1 of your opponent's cards, ignoring barrier and switch it to rest mode. That is actually really nice. Or choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. That one doesn't ignore barrier.
No.
Which I think is fair, because you can switch something with barrier to rest mode and just keep on smacking into it.
Yeah.
Activate main, pay 2 yellow if your leader is a yellow Z leader. Or you have a yellow Z battle card in play and your opponent has 3 or more energy. Play this card from your hand, and if a yellow extra is in your battle area, draw 1 card.
Yeah, I really like that. I think that's a nice little bit of extra padding to it, which makes me really happy to pay that extra.
I would like to see a deck that uses Planet Vegeta again.
I mean, that's not entirely unfeasible to put this in a deck like that.
Yeah. Because you can have a Z leader, or you can have a Z battle.
Yeah, Bardock can run Planet Vegeta.
Yeah.
So, bang this boy in Planet Vegeta. Yep, bang this boy in Bardock. There we go.
There you go. And activate main, limit 1 if all cards in your battle area are in rest mode. Switch this card to active mode.
I like that.
That is actually quite cool.
Yeah, the auto's not once per turn, so you do get to prop the auto again, which I think is really nice.
Yeah.
Although you can't switch a card to barrier and then choose that same card to kill it because it doesn't. It'll still have barrier. It doesn't ignore the barrier to KO.
Doesn't negate the skills when it rests or anything like
that. That's the one I was looking for, thank you. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think it's a really fun card. I'm excited to use it, to be fair. It's a 30k base, which I think is huge.
With a good effect, and if it's on its own on the board, it's a dual attacker, right?
Yeah.
I would say this is going to be a really scary card in Trunks Vegeta.
Yeah, you're not wrong. There's plenty of use cases for it, I can see. So next up we have Hercule, Rallying Hope. It's a 1-drop, 1Z energy. Barrier. Activate main. Switch this card to rest mode. You may choose any number of your battle cards and switch them to rest mode. If you do, for each battle card switch to rest mode by this skill, other than this card, you may place the top card of your deck under a Spirit Bomb in your battle area.
So TCG Ranch just subscribed.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Awesome. In the middle of our recording, thank you very much. We're keeping this in.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's keep it in.
So going again, you may choose any number of your battle cards and switch them to rest mode. If you do, for each battle card switched to rest mode by the skill other than this card, you may place the top card of your deck under a Spirit Bomb in your battle area.
So this is how you turbo a Spirit Bomb.
Yeah. So he doesn't count himself, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's like that forces, like, because again, if you come from it from 3 point, Hercule's the one shouting at the people there to do it. But more so, I think it's just to stop you going. Essentially, it's a second version of Spirit Bomb at that point. If you did that, so this at least makes you choose. Oh, okay, we've got to rest some of my other stuff. But this is where that
SM3 comes in.
So yeah, well, this is where the SM3 comes in, right? Yeah. You rest your board. This guy you can rest this guy to then pay for the Spirit Bomb and then restand him when you need to. Like, and then you swing in and rest any blockers. Like, I genuinely think this deck comes together really nicely.
I think it's definitely going to be like turn 1, drop this Hercule, and then sit on him. Because he's barrier, so you're only ever going to use it once, realistically. Unless you just want to put your whole deck underneath.
I mean,
it's a strategy. You just go big. Go big or go home, right?
The only downside to this is, like, if you put extra cards under there, it's going to suck.
Yeah. So I think this deck doesn't run many extra cards.
No, I think this is a very 0-5, maybe 1-10 deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Hercule expecting the unexpected.
No, next one is Dende, laying the foundation.
Never mind, then we'll talk about Dende.
1-drop 4k power, unique barrier. Activate main once per turn if your leader is a yellow Son Goku Z leader and you send 1 yellow battle card from your drop to your warp. Play an Earthling token and gains barrier until end of your opponent's next turn. It has 1000 power, 0 combo cost, and 0 combo power. You can still combo it.
So you can help it get to that 7 on your Z leader?
Yeah, it's... So you warp a yellow battle card from your drop to get a token, and you just build up the tokens. I guess realistically you build up 2 tokens. So with Hercule you have 3 cards immediately, yeah?
Yeah.
With the 2...
That's the payoff.
Yeah. Okay. Which
I don't think's bad. I think that works.
I think that's fine, because most likely they're going to leave the tokens alive. They're just going to get rid of Hercule or Dende.
Yeah, I imagine they're pushing on Hercule, right?
Yeah, but Dende as well, because you can keep on spawning tokens. The tokens can attack. You can still combo on them.
Yeah, no, that's true. They can still help you generate Z energy. And then we have Majin Buu, desperate to fight.
No, then we have Hercule expecting that.
My order is wrong. That's fine. So take Hercule away.
So it's another 1-drop, 1k power. This one is in the main deck now. So 0 cost 5k combo, unique. This card can't be KO'd while it's in rest mode. So you can kick him when he's lying down and he's not going to give up. No. If your leader is yellow and has both Son Goku and Vegeta card, and you have a yellow Dende card in play, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1.
1 specified yellow?
Yeah, so it goes down to 0.
So it is actually a free play.
Yeah. Activate main, switch this card to rest mode. You may choose any number of your battle cards and switch them to rest mode. If you do, for each battle card switch to rest mode by this skill, other than this card, you may place the top card of your deck under a Spirit Bomb. It's the same.
The Z, but I think this helps you get them, right?
So the difference is that the Z1 is barrier, and you always have access to the Z1. That's why it has barrier. This one doesn't have barrier, but it's A free play, and B, can't be KO'd by battle, which is most likely how they're going to remove it.
Yeah, by swinging into it, right?
So you're going to play this, and you're going to rest everything with that Dende, and you're going to get your cards in. They won't be able to remove this Hercule that easily.
No. I think having 2 options for that makes it a lot better, especially when one of them you can pull off at any time you want to.
Yeah. So I think this is a really decent card. And next one before you start is Kibito Kai, Potara on display.
Okay, so take us through Kibito Kai.
So it's a 1-drop, 4000 power. When he's played, look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck and add 1 Saiyan or Earthling, both yellow and with energy cost of 4 or less, to your hand, then shuffle your deck. This is actually quite scary in what else? Trunks Vegeta.
Yeah, it runs both Saiyans and Earthlings.
Exactly. And Saiyan Earthlings. And activate main, limit 1. If your leader is Son Goku or Vegeta, both yellow, and you have 2 or more energy, and you send this card to its owner's warp, play up to 1 yellow battle card with cost of 1 from your deck with its skill negated for the turn and shuffle your deck. It tutors in the Trunks Vegeta as well.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, I know the leader does the same thing, but the fact you can get out more of them from your deck easier.
It's good. It's a really good card.
Yes! For the wrong deck. To be fair, it does amazing things. Because it doesn't play the card in rest mode. It just plays it. So this can, literally, you can tutor that Dende, which has barrier. So you play the Dende, it doesn't have barrier this turn, but starting your opponent's turn, it has barrier.
Yeah, true.
So this is your tutor. Yeah, you just play it on 1, search the top 5 for whatever you need, and then if you have 2 or more energy, you just warp it and play it.
I think this card's going to get seen in other decks. I think it's very good.
The fact that it can tutor any 1-drop, the Goku Childhood from a starter deck, you can tutor the Bulma you need. The only requirement is... Oh no, I guess you need to be either Goku or Vegeta and think that deck is Goku Childhood.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think that's the only problem with that. But Trunks Vegeta definitely...
No, it is. It's because it's... I always get confused with this when he's the adult version of Goku. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just...
But that's
No, it's not. It's childhood still.
Yeah, it's still child. Or youth or something like that. Adolescence. I don't remember.
No, it's not adolescent. Maybe it is? I don't think so. Majin Buu, Desperate Defiance. There
you go. There is your one.
Vegeta card. What? Majin Buu, Desperate Defiance is a 4-cost, 1 yellow specified, 10k power, 0-5 combo, counterplay, limit 1, play this card. If you have a yellow Hercule card in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its cost. That's nice.
Yeah.
So then we get to its auto. If your leader card is a yellow Son Goku. Womp womp. Doesn't work with Buu. When this card is played, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards when it costs 4 or less and switch it to rest mode. It's a fine counterplay.
I mean, it's a free counterplay that gives you an additional body, and you can rest one of your opponent's battle cards.
Yeah, I mean, this is more of a card to... It's basically fodder to get rested once it's played.
Yes, and on top of that, I mean, it does help you stop, like, for example, 4-drop Sin from attacking you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That is a fair shout. I'll give you that. But yeah, that's it. That's Vegeta / Spirit Bomb / Son Goku.
I think it's a Spirit Bomb deck. Let's put it this
Spirit Bomb deck. Like, again, 10 out of 10 for theming. It's very well done. But in terms of playability, I think it's going to be one that I have to really get behind and start figuring out ratios. I think outside of the Spirit Bomb chain,
there's nothing else.
You've still got really good yellow cards. So you've got the Kibito card.
Yes, but then
you've got my dog barking.
It's a situation of you have good yellow cards, but this deck doesn't bring anything good to the table.
I think that's fair.
You have the finisher. We have a very cool thematic finisher, but because we have Trunks Vegeta, which is just a better yellow deck.
Yeah, if you're looking in terms of the meta landscape, there's no reason to play this over Trunks Vegeta.
Because Trunks Vegeta also gets the double strike, also has an access to a lot of good cards that this deck has access to, if not more. And It's a fun deck. It looks like a really fun deck. It looks like a deck that is going to be tons of fun to play with.
All the cards that get like really good from here aren't locked into this.
Yes.
And I think that's the issue, right? Because you take the SS Vegito, which like just is a very good card. It's going to see a lot of play.
Yeah.
Not like this deck doesn't, it benefits from having it, but it's, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that could have been for this deck, and then it still would have been good, but then it's more thingy. Yeah. Like this deck, like the strategy they've got here, and I understand the reasonings why. I get it, but if you want to promote people to play these new leaders over older ones, I think you do have to have that some form of restriction in there, or else you're gonna get the situations where decks that already are good that can use these cards just get better.
I think the biggest problem is that they tried to create that restriction on having Goku Vegeta leader, but the problem is that they got that gimmick of Z awakening into Goku, and suddenly they need to say yellow Goku or Vegeta, and then those are the two most common characters, and because they already did the Trunks Vegeta, we have the Surge Goku. I've seen a lot of people looking at using the cards from this deck in the Surge Goku. Surge Goku was errated down, but it's still a powerful leader.
Yeah, combined with yellow, which is a very control-based color. I mean, I think as a color, there's a lot of good pieces here. As a deck, is it going to be meta? I strongly don't see it unless it gets some very nice support down the line. As a deck I'm going to play, 100% I'm going to play this deck. I want to have a lot of fun with this. This reminds me of a better version of the Green Beerus Champa decks.
This kind of makes me think that maybe that change that I've seen and mentioned is not intended, because this looks like you should be able to activate a Spirit Bomb from your deck later down the line and having access to a second build. It's going to take you a while to build it up because you just used a lot of resources on the first one. Or alternatively, they want you to build up like 20 cards under your Spirit Bomb.
I mean, that'd be cool. I really want to see how this plays and then just go... Brrr! It's like the old blue one where you just smash them with cards from your drop area. Yeah. Except this time they're on the board. Yeah. And, you know, if nothing else, the leader front is very interesting and still proves that 20 sets into this game, Bandai can experiment with the leader card. And I think that's just amazing to see.
I think I concur. That is...
Yeah. So let us know, everybody, in your comments below. Do you like the Spirit Bomb deck? Do you like the yellow cards for Vegeta? Would you want to play this deck? And yeah, anything like that, leave a comment. If you like this video, hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe as well. I've been Scott Sedman, your Guildmaster. I almost said my own name wrong, Jesus. I've been joined by Lucky Smith, and we'll see you next time.